Thank you again for tuning in to our Retirement Education Center YouTube channel, where on this channel we believe in providing you unbiased advice to help you maximize all of your retirement income. Now on our channel, we do not believe in giving you silver bullet strategies or glorifying any type of one product, but what we do believe in are holistic concepts that will help you retire with confidence. Now the question that we're going to be discussing today is, do you really know what financial success is and how you might get there? Now, there are so many things that we can talk about when it comes to the road to financial success, but as always, we like to keep it very brief on this channel, and we're just going to cover 5 of the most critical things that we believe in that can actually keep someone from achieving the financial success that they're looking for. So you're definitely going to want to stay locked into this channel today. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And we want to thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Absolutely, Andrea, because with so many retirement products out there, so many retirement strategies, and so many retirement concepts, it can become very difficult for consumers to digest it all. That's why we're so fortunate that we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a financial roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, most everyone wants to know how to become rich, and with so much information out there, how is it possible to fail?
Well, Andrew, you know, that question is really unique because you will think with so much information, books on how to become rich, the internet is filled with, get rich quick schemes and that sort of thing. But the problem is that most people fall into that group mentality and start making the same common mistakes over and over again. Another reason why so many people fail of getting rich is because it's very difficult to become rich, Andrea. You have to be disciplined to become rich. And most people's definition of becoming rich is, having $1 million or maybe making $1 million a year. Maybe it's even becoming a billionaire in today's time. Certainly not my definition of becoming rich. I think having good health, being kind to other people, having a good family life, living within your means is my definition of being rich. But for most people, they want to have $1 million in their bank account. So in order to do this, there are 5 critical things that we want to point out in today's short video that may help you along the way. But before we get into that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we would like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and start talking about these 5 critical elements that you may want to think about in order to have your pathway to financial success a lot easier.
Well, Carson, I think it might help people to know where they might start in order to become wealthy.
Yeah, we've talked about this many times, and we can never talk about it enough, Andrea, but the first place that you want to start, if you want to become wealthy, is that you have to create a budget for yourself. You have to get your spending under control. Unfortunately, without having your spending under control, you cannot tell your money where to go. It's going to tell you where to go. And so you're not going to have the funds that you're going to need in order to start building the resources for the life that you're going to want in order to become a millionaire. So you want to make sure that you have a budget, because a budget will allow you to control your finances and know where every dollar is allocated to, and therefore you can start building a pathway to your financial success. And so, Andrew, when you've actually created a budget, a well-defined budget, it's certainly going to keep you from living above your means. And then you can go ahead to step 2 and look at building an emergency fund for yourself. One of the benefits of actually having an emergency fund, Andrea, is that it really gives you options. That is really the point about having emergency funds. You have options to say, I either want to do this or I want to do that. Maybe you have the money to pay cash for a certain item, but because you have the options, you can actually think better about it, and maybe you decide to borrow the funds and use other people's money in order to get to that same goal or get that same item. and maybe pay it off, incrementally. But it's up to you. You get a chance to have options on how you would like to allocate your resources when you actually have an emergency fund built that's adequate, so you don't have to be strained when you actually come into a situation that's going to require the use of some emergency dollars.
Well, Carson, from my own experience when leaving the workforce, I found that having an emergency fund to use towards another business opportunity was an appropriate use for me.
That is a great point, Andrea. And that, brings me to another point that I want to make in this video. Having that emergency fund, like you mentioned, will give you an opportunity to explore other things like a business opportunity. The other thing that may keep people from actually reaching their financial success is staying at a dead-end job. You hear this term now known as quiet quitters. People are quitting their jobs while they're still working there because they've lost interest in that job. The job is no longer giving these quiet quitters the financial freedom that they're looking for, Andrea. And so they're quietly quitting those jobs. They don't have the upward mobility that maybe that they're looking for. Maybe the job has hit a ceiling as far as how much it's going to pay you at that job, or it's not amendable to your needs as far as time. You're basically trading your time for the wages that you're receiving. That's never a very good compromise for people. When it comes at leaving a dead-end job, Andrea, one of the things that I want to point out is that you may want to think about re-educating yourself. Once you can re-educate yourself, you give yourself an opportunity to reach further, either within that particular company that you're with, or leave that company and go pursue better financial goals for yourself.
Well, Carson, you mentioned that going back to school to re-educate yourself, but with the cost of education right now, do you think it's worth it?
That's a good point, Andrea, and I have to say yes and no. It's always worth it to educate yourself. But my next thing that I want to point out that will keep people from actually having financial success is going into too much college debt. Look, studies have shown now that, we are just not getting the bang for our buck when it comes to pursuing a college education. I'm not saying to anyone not to go to college, but I'm saying you need to think a little bit differently about how you go about paying for college. So yeah, there are companies now, Andrea, out there that will actually give you tuition tax-free dollars, up to $5,250 for your college expenses, for qualified college expenses. So you may want to think about pursuing companies or jobs that will actually help you in paying for college. That may be one avenue that would be a benefit to you to keep you from going into significant debt when it comes to trying to re-educate yourself. Another thing that you may also want to think about is pursuing more college free dollars, so you don't actually have to go into debt with loans. So getting, and applying for more grants may be an option for some people as well. But nevertheless, if you're needing to re-educate yourself, you certainly do not want to go into too much college debt, because that's going to obviously put you behind the 8 ball as you're trying to save money and achieve the financial success that you're looking for. But yes, that's why I say yes and no. Getting that education is important. Going into debt, that is a detriment to your financial success.
So Carson, let's make sure we're staying on track. You mentioned 4 things. That's creating a budget, making an emergency fund, quitting your dead-end job, and getting re-educated, going back to college or school or whatever.
Yeah, making sure you don't go into too much debt.
Okay.
The last thing that I want to point out, Andrea, that will help you on your road to success is having patience. This is a critical element for you to actually have financial success. Andrew, I want to point out a great quote that I read in preparing for this video by the great Maya Angelou. Her quote was very simple. And when she said that all great achievements take time. Just that simple. All great achievements take time. In saying that, we have to understand in this world that we live in, everything is at our fingertips. Everybody can pop it in the microwave and out comes a dinner. But that is really not how success is created. It does not happen overnight. It is a very long and winding road to achieve success. One of the things that I want to make sure that you understand is that when you're on the road to success, a lot of times many people will quit and give up and have fear when they get close to actually hitting their mark, Andrea. because that's when all of the troubles and the struggles and the doubts start to seep in. It's when you get closer to hitting your success when people are starting to attack you the most and discouraging you about your goals. So you have to make sure that you pay attention to those signs, because you may be right around the corner for your breakthrough. So make sure that you implement patience. So if you can simply conquer this last point, if nothing else in this video, and implement the ideal of patience within your road to success, you're going to be able to think more strategically about what you're going to do, and it's going to also allow you to have the ability to control the controllables and let the uncontrollables take care of themselves.
So Carson, thank you again for your insight on this topic, and thank you for watching. And if you felt that this information was beneficial for you, please like this video and share with others.
So I really do hope that the information that we shared with you today will help you have a better roadmap on trying to get to the financial success that you are looking for. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a no obligation free 1-hour consultation with us today.
For more information about this topic or any of the other topics that we've shared in our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office or leave any questions or comments in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.